Our closing speaker for today is the Provost and VP of Academic Affairs, Dr. Jean Bourgeois, who will give us a call to action, and after which the program will be finalized with the powerful spoken word piece via Speed, and a note of thanks to all of our sponsors and program participants for your support. Also, we want to encourage you to check out the webinar on racial trauma being sponsored by the Counseling Center, one of our sponsors. This is the last you'll see of me for today. At this time, I will turn it over to Dr. Jean Bourgeois. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Ben, for the introduction, as well as for your untiring work on behalf of all of our Texas State students. It is my great honor to deliver the closing remarks for today's event, reflecting on the earlier words and voices that have shaped this conversation and what powerful voices they have been. Dr. Scott Bowman, Manica Brooks, and Dewana Goldstone spoke around two major themes. Regardless of personal or professional successes, most African Americans still hold the shared experiences of discrimination, microaggressions, and unequal treatment. And the dialogue on the history of racism and marginalization in the United States is essential for us to collectively move forward as a nation. We cannot address what we don't know. The voices we've heard today, well, actually, I'd like to stop there for a moment. That word, heard. In the past, we entered conversations with too many preconceived notions of what it meant to hear our students, our faculty, and our staff of color. We mistakenly thought we understood, when instead we should have been listening. We spoke out of turn, when we should have been considering each of those words with open hearts and open minds. We may have thought we were listening with open minds, but we've been doing it from the framework of white culture. By not fully listening, we have let down those who have called upon us to hear them and to act, including our Black students, faculty, and staff. That changes now. We now understand that we have not understood. We now acknowledge that we have not acknowledged. This university has missed many opportunities, and I too have missed many opportunities. We are aware that we have not been fully aware in troubled times. We can't fix this in one speech or in one day. We can't fix this alone, but we can commit ourselves to real positive action. We can make sure that there is a space for voices of color to speak and to be heard. We can take bold steps, we can take real steps, and we can listen with open minds and open hearts. As President Trout said in her opening address a few hours ago, at Texas State, we will choose action. In the spirit of solidarity, we will work together. Our students, faculty, and staff of color will not carry the burden of calling for equality and justice alone. Racism was instigated and propagated by white culture and institutions. It is not the responsibility of people of color to fix it. And although reflection is necessary for the healing process, it is not meant to be easy. Examining our own prejudice, bias, and privilege is key to awakening, to raising consciousness, and to doing things differently. As provost, I want everyone to know, everyone to hear me, that Texas State University is committed to doing better. As a white man, I know that my life experience has been very different from members of the Black community, including my privilege. I have seen and I have recognized racial injustice, but I have not been the victim of it. I have seen and I have recognized prejudice, bigotry, and hate, but it was typically not directed toward me. It's sometimes hard to comprehend what drives bigotry and hate, even when I've seen it up close, and I mean very close. I trust that many of you are familiar with an iconic moment from the 1960s, when Tommie Smith and John Carlos each raised a black gloved fist on the medal podium at the 1968 Summer Olympics in Mexico City. Two Black Americans who had just won a gold and a bronze medal respectively in the 200-meter race. And they were protesting against racism and for human rights. And I watched it on my grandparents' black and white television in the living room of their shotgun duplex in New Orleans. And my grandpa was angry, very angry, yelling racial slurs. Yes, that one, at winners. A gold medal winner and a bronze medal winner who, to me, won for America. I ran track and field back then as a 9-year-old kid for the Delta Playground squad in suburban New Orleans, occasionally against Black kids who ran for the team from Bunch Village. Sometimes they won, sometimes we won. The goal was to compete, to perform your best, and hopefully to win or medal. That's what Tommie Smith and John Carlos did to me. They won. I reacted to my grandpa and said that we won the gold medal. I think I may have said something else like, "What's wrong with that?" My father raised his hand to backhand me. He didn't hit me, but he did say that I was not to talk to my grandpa like that. As a kid, I could not understand that anger. I offer this story not to tell you about a white kid discovering prejudice and hate, but to provide a bookend that connects to Texas State. You see, in 2006, John Carlos spoke as part of that year's Common Experience theme on protest and dissent. In the LBJ Student Center, I got a chance, well, using privilege, I forced the chance to talk to John Carlos about that moment at the 1968 Olympics, from my childhood perspective and from his viewpoint atop the podium, fist raised. Meeting him in 2006, 38 years after that episode in my grandparents' living room in New Orleans, was very important and deeply meaningful to me. But that event was not intended for me. At Texas State, we present these events for our students. When these events allow extra opportunities for faculty, staff, and the San Marcos community, well, that's just a wonderful bonus. John Carlos spoke to students, to inspire Black students and other students of color, and to awaken others to the systemic forces of oppression in our communities, our nation, and our world. He was here to drive change, and he hasn't been alone. Maya Angelou, Spike Lee, Edward James Olmos, UN Ambassador Andrew Young, Soledad O'Brien, filmmaker Robert Rodriguez, Dr. Angela Davis, Anthony Graves, who spent 18 years in prison for a crime he did not commit, Brian Stevenson, attorney and author of Just Mercy, Jose Hernandez, Dr. Mona Hanna-Attisha, and last October, Common, who spoke to the largest crowd ever for an academic-themed event at Texas State, the LBJ Distinguished Lecture. Common spoke about truth. Common spoke truth. And we listened. Oh, how we did listen. When I stopped at that word heard a few minutes ago, I stopped because I want everyone to know that we understand being heard is critical. We are listening, we are learning, and we are educating ourselves. When Dr. Dwight Watson passionately spoke today of the historical context for what's going on today, we listened. When our students spoke today of white society's need to acknowledge uncomfortable truths, we learned. And quite frankly, to my ear, based on the words of every speaker who shared their personal stories or reflected on theirs and others' experiences, we must act. We're listening and we're learning. We're educating ourselves on the ways we can stand up for our students, our faculty, and our staff of color. As President Trout recently said, Black Lives Matter, and that's not debatable at Texas State. Going forward, we pledge that we're going to use our own voices, our privilege, our advantages, and our university to seize the opportunities ahead, to make change a reality, to advance diversity, to support equity, to facilitate excellence in inclusiveness, and to promote justice. Thank you.
Let America be America again by Langston Hughes. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain, seeking a home where he himself is free. America never was America to me. Let America be the dream the dreamers dreamed. Let it be the great, strong land of love where never kings connive, nor tyrants scheme, that any man be crushed by one above. It never was America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic wreath, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air we breathe. There's never been equality for me, nor freedom in this homeland of the free. Say, who are you that mumbles in the dark? And who are you that draws your veil across the stars? I am the poor white, fooled and pushed apart. I am the Negro bearing slavery's scars. I am the red man, driven from the land. I am the immigrant, clutching the hope I seek, and finding only the same old stupid plan of dog eat dog, of mighty crush the weak. I am the young man, full of strength and hope, tangled in an ancient endless chain of profit, power, gain, of grab the land, of grab the gold, of grab the ways of satisfying need, of work the men, of take the pay, of owning everything for one's own greed. I am the farmer, bondsman to the soil. I am the worker sold to the machine. I am the Negro, servant to you all. I am the people, humble, hungry, mean, hungry yet today despite the dream, beaten yet today, oh pioneers. I am the man who never got ahead, the poorest worker battered through the years. Yet, I am the one who dreamt our basic dream in the old world while still a serf of kings, who dreamt a dream so strong, so brave, so true, that even yet its mighty daring sings in every brick and stone, and every furrow turned that's made America the land it has become. Oh, I am the man who sailed those early seas in search of what I meant to be my home. For I'm the one who left dark Ireland's shore, and Poland's plain, and England's grassy lay, and torn from black Africa's strand, I came to build a homeland of the free. The free? Who said the free? Not me, surely not me. The millions on relief today, the millions shot down when we strike, the millions who have nothing for our pay, for all the dreams we've dreamed, and all the songs we've sung, and all the hopes we've held, and all the flags we've hung, the millions who have nothing for our pay, except the dream that's almost dead today. Oh, let America be America again, the land that never has been yet, and yet must be. The land where every man is free, the land that's mine, the poor man's, Indians, Negroes, me, who made America, whose sweat and blood, whose faith in pain, whose hand at the foundry, whose plow in the rain, must bring back our mighty dream again. Sure, call me any ugly name you choose. The steel of freedom does not stain. from those who live like leeches on the people's lives. We must take back our land again, America. Oh yes, I say it plain. America never was America to me. And yet, I swear this oath, America will be. Out of the wreck and ruin of our gangsters' death, the rape and rot of graft and stealth and lies, we, the people, must redeem the land, the mines, the plants, the rivers, the mountains, and the endless plain. All the stretch of these great green states, and make America again.